Joe.
All right, and hello there, everybody. Welcome to Roll with Advantage. My name is Joe, and boy, am I excited for session number 70 of the Explorers of Efera. No need to dally or delay. Let's go ahead and roll the intro and dive right into this evening's session. And we're back.
Nope. Oh, hey guys.
Alrighty. So with that, we'll go ahead and dive into today's session. Eric, you are on summary this week, and you came to me with a special request, so I'm excited to see how you live up to this. Huh? All right.
All right. So session 69. Nice. Hope and grief. In the previous episode of Efera, our heroes returned to the Casa tribes with their bounty ready and anxious for the task at hand. Asa and others from the tribe assisted with the preparation, leading the warden's privacy in the ceremony room. After encouraging words and moments of reflection, the ritual began. Oyvind approached the tradition with precision as he lit candles for each deity, spread incense mixed with phoenix ashes, and spilled the blood of the dragon's heart from an inscription he carved into it in tribute to the Raven Queen. When Oyvind was completed with his task, the three wardens brought their offerings. Varnast was first. He offered his father's sword, Varnas's first weapon. His words were tender yet commanding as he pleaded for Morganix to return. Next was Alec, who recited a passionate letter to her dear friend and then offered her blood from herself of the chief. Finally, Zamir stepped forward confidently and proceeded to spray wine over the shrine and themselves. Though the act gave everyone pause, it was sentimental as he then produced out of his pocket the compass and offered it as a gesture of providing direction home. Meanwhile, at the end of the world, Morganix came face to face with Emeril, or an imposter she quickly distrusted. Unsure of her surroundings, she played a verbal game of cat and mouse with this man, whom upon looking into their eyes were images of pure darkness. Then trickles of the ritual began to take effect. Splashes of wine, the warmth of friends' words kept Morganix steady as she followed the light of the compass as she was brought back to the material plane. Sure, she has scars to show for it, but they did it. They brought her back. Now, usually there's like 2 portions to the session, and I decided to sell my ad time for the second portion for a local company in New Efera. But I can't do it myself, so I have a special friend, Thomas. Thomas is going to help me do a special ad for Kingdoms and Castles. Oh, thanks, Eric. It was fantastic, those words that you shared. So, after taking a moment to themselves, the wardens caught some major events that led to the ritual and Zamir's return. This fall, you'll see the Zamir went to the future card, coming in the future. Oyvind cried, we have that card too, and told Torin he plans on leaving to find it after he finds his daughter, because he views himself a coward. Torin called him weird. These are facts. The wardens decided that the rest be needed before going into the deeper details of what happened. The party leveled up 5 times. That's a fact. Chief Sunai, who I don't know how to spell, led the group to the true home of the Casa people. That is going to be a new setting that we're going to be releasing for Kingdoms and Castles. That's a fact. Alec thanks Lady Flint for her help. Once in their private rooms, Torin approaches Alec with the news of Oyvind leaving. He struggles with the divide between staying and wanting to leaving with Oyvind. New coming this fall, the Torin smacks a dragon card. This one's a good one. Oyvind tells Varnas that he plans on going. They share a moment and some Albjord ale. Drink responsibly. Flint gave everyone a simple Flint gave everyone a copper coin to disguise themselves. Alec and Colin a silver coin for enlargement, in which Samir snickered. I wonder what that joke's about. Oyvind and Varnas a gold coin of Revivify, so if you get knocked down, you'll just come up again. Never gonna keep me down. Then finally, Samir, she gave him a tiny clockwork. She gave Samir a bottle of Genasi Maiden Tears, and Colin a tiny dragon. These action figures are going to be coming this fall to a place near you. Then finally, Alvin scries on air and finds that she is in the Knoll lair and overhears a conversation between a mystery man and Denon Bonea. He learns that the trouble is coming and they're gonna jump him. Torin and Varnas share a trip down memory lane and happy things happen, Rose's good times. Torin finds out that he has a weapon of mass destruction, and the wardens are going to have a spoonful of trouble coming their way. Thank you, and buy more cards. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I just made a killing off of that. So thank you for your time. And that is our intro.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
What the fuck?
Get on my level, John.
I can't.
Varnas
That's impossible.
Varnas will be saying nothing this session. There's nothing I can do. We'll top what just happened.
Oh,
wait,
God.
next week.
I'm going to have to go.
It was the mispronunciations for me.
Yeah, honestly. Or like all the, like I said in the chat, like Thomas is an ooh-woo girl now. Like
there was hardcore twink energy there.
Wink
I don't understand
responsibly.
what that means, but here we are.
Man.
I love Thomas.
I never knew Thomas was a power bottom, and I didn't need to know.
Oh.
I don't think he is. I don't think there's any sexual thing about him. I don't think there needs to be.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Amazing. So with that, we'll go ahead and dive right on in. So as it was said, the session ended with quite the note, as all of you are within the home of the Casa people, that of the hidden city of Sador. So inside the city, the last event that just transpired was the emotional conversation between Torin and Varnast. But Torin and Varnast eventually, through a small bit of comfort that you two may be able to give to each other, eventually everybody does head to rest. So. Better hope it's not a dice. Trouble's gonna eat it, and then we're gonna have a real rough time. So, with that, all of you head to rest for the night and awake in the morning. As you awake in the morning, all of you getting up, those of you that are of an elvish lineage, I think that only being Alec, yeah. So Alec waking up in the 4-hour mark right after your meditation is done. As you make your way into the sort of central common room, you can see that there are people in here. It seems to be just servants or priestesses, something of the sort. People are bringing in food and burning incense in the central room, setting them up for when everybody wakes up for breakfast. As you do make your way out, just taking your sort of morning stroll, stretching, getting ready for a morning routine, whatever that may be for Alec, you can see that Chief Shanai is in here with all of you, or with you specifically, just sort of directing traffic, setting up everything, and you can see that she looks to you and smiles and says, Alec, it is good to see you up so early. I thought that, I had hoped that we would beat everyone here, but I suppose I was wrong.
Well, I'm usually the one who gets up before everyone else. But I did have. If you don't have time right now, we could do this later, but I did want to have a word with you.
I do not see why not. If you would like to speak, we can speak now. Would you like to speak here, or?
Here's fine.
Very well.
I know when we first met that there was tension between my people and yours and whatever history with Eliza. But as I stated before, and as I feel as though I've proven to you, I am Alec Silverfoot, not Eliza. And I have done much for my people. My friends have done so much for my people. And there's going to come a time, I don't know when, but there's going to come a time where I have to defend the actions that I took. I have to defend how I became chief and not the proper rituals, not the proper ways. And I just hope when that time comes, you and your people will stand behind me.
You can see that she's stayed fairly stone-faced through most of this. A look of perplexion and deepened thought, just sort of taking in your words. And she nods and says, You are right. I have no great love for Eliza Silverfoot. And I have no great love for any of the other clans in Efera. As I said to you before, when we were in need, when my ancestors were in need, they did nothing. Until it was too late. Until Korvac already took what he thought belonged to him. Then when my people had fled into the mountains, rooted and destroyed, a fraction of what we used to be, then they sprung into action. As soon as they were threatened by it. Then they took action. And for a moment you think that she's going to stop there, but she does continue. But that was in the past. That was when the clans were united under Eliza Silverfoot. Eliza Silverfoot is put on a pedestal to the others. Those outside of the Bloody Mesa think that she did no wrong. So, to me then, if the other tribes think you have done something incorrect, then to me, well, to me, it sounds like you did things the right way. When the time comes, I will show my support for you to the other clans. You and your friends, your allies, have proven you are worthy of those words.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm not asking just for support. I'm asking for our people to become one. I want all of the clans of Efera to be able to call each other kin again. Yes, we should have our chiefs to control, I don't think is the right word, but organize and lead certain areas, yes. Make local decisions, yes. This is our home. And we cannot let what happened in Congiato happen again. And if we do not stand united, all of us, we are weak. We are susceptible to this happening again. Again. I ask for support, but I also ask for a relationship. I know that this is your home, but do not feel as though you have to hide in the mountains.
I'm sorry. I'll be right back. My vice principal's calling me right now. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's awkward. Tell him I'm having an important moment with my chief. Oh, okay. Alec just says, I guess I'll just... Never mind.
See
Well.
yourself out.
I am the chief here now. I'm the captain now.
Must run the session now.
Chief Shawnai says, yes, Alec, here's the key to the city. Good job, team.
Welcome to level 18.
All right, cool. Let's head back to.
Great session, everyone. Torin, here's that dragon you wanted. Ancient.
Oh, thank you.
Red dragon. Yep, here you go. All
Yeah,
yours.
I'm just gonna ride this back to Brom's Crop. That's okay.
Yeah,
All
it's
right, see you guys. Bye.
platinum plated saddle on there.
I feel like that wouldn't be good to sit on.
Okay, you're probably right. It's cushioned. It's cushioned.
Oh, okay.
It's velvet.
I'm like diving in and out of Torn's voice, like
okay.
unintentionally. How's it going, everybody in chat?
Great.
Good talk.
You?
Good day.
I'm on coffee number 3 for today.
Is that good or bad?
Bad. Usually 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you're gonna drink a lot more now that you got the right recipe.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
It's
Now
so
that I got a
fucking good though when you
grinder.
get it right.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, the difference you'll see when you actually grind the beans, like just before you brew, will be huge. Huge.
Yes, thank you, Jamie, for enlightening me on coffee. Because my at-home experience is a lot better because of it.
You Gucci.
I'm buying an espresso machine.
Not just slippery slope.
I'm
How
joking.
much is that gonna run you?
Don't talk about it.
I mean, the
Like
the
50
ones that
bucks.
the ones that I'll probably allow him to buy, like $500.
Nice.
Wow.
Jamie sent me some really nice like coffee grinders. And I was like, I would want to buy these, but I just can't. I need to spend like
and I'm not
$50.
They were the lowest end of my budget.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Meanwhile, John's like, I have a family.
well, it's not only that, I've also budgeted my money. I'm buying art, so that's in there. And we're also going on like a Valentine's Day getaway tomorrow, so I need money for that. But I was like, yeah, I'll just wait till next paycheck.
A
And then
grinder.
Jamie was like, no. Here you go. Here's one on Amazon for $30. I was like, okay, I'll get this one.
If it was between like a month of pre-ground coffee, or I recommend a very low-end grinder that is still somewhat acceptable, then the choice was obvious.
I got Dunkin' this morning.
Oh, Kayla, no.
I really like iced coffee, Jamie, because I'm
Kayla.
basic. No, please. I just, that
I
extra
think
sugar.
it's good. It is good.
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
as much anymore.
Okay, I'm
but-
not shitting on you. I am genuinely asking. At that point, is it coffee or is it genuinely a caffeinated milkshake? And I am not saying that to be
yes,
mean.
no, that is the accurate. That's what I want.
Want
Like
a
I hate black
caffeinated
coffee.
milkshake.
Yeah, man, no,
Right,
more
okay.
cream, more sugar. Like, that coffee has to be the same color as my skin, okay?
Wait, is it?
I'm a pretty, pretty light skin. So, I'm like a caramel. That's what I want for my coffee. Just me? Okay, no? Alright.
I don't want to. Yeah, I'm just not going to say anything.
I love you guys. It's true though. Like, I need all the cream and sugar. Like, when we go to, a breakfast place, I'll get coffee in the morning, but
Mhm.
I will put like 5 packets of sugar in it.
I guarantee you're getting more energy from the sugar than you are the caffeine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's actually a myth that sugar gives you energy. It's a placebo effect.
Oh man. See, I should just put more sugar in there.
I'm pretty sure it does give you energy though, because it's glycogen, and your body converts the carbs into the quickest energy you can, and it's just pure glycogen at that point.
This is a great impromptu session of roll call. I'm glad that we brought
Ryan, can you ask the next question?
I literally don't know anything about coffee.
Doesn't have to be about.
If you had to ask a question about coffee, what would it sound like?
I mean, ask any question. I'll still somehow turn it around to coffee.
What's up with the cat poop coffee?
Oh, the monkey shit coffee?
Sure, that one.
Cat.
Yeah, Kopi coffee. It's more of a gimmick than actual good coffee.
Have you tried it?
No, but I would.
Is there actual cat shit in it?
I don't think they can actually use cat shit.
No, it's monkey shit. But
Okay.
Why?
Like,
Why? Okay.
All right.
the beans are cleaned afterwards anyway, and they roast them anyway.
Okay,
Is that
sorry.
Joe?
Yeah, I'm back.
thank
So,
you.
okay, so Kayla, you had you were in the middle of the conversation. She had said,
I can summarize for you. You'll want me to?
yeah, go ahead and summarize the last, because I remember most of it. It was like we need to be one people and we can't be divided into the clans. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. She's like, Kayla's bad at words today, so therefore, I guess I she basically was trying to say that, yes, everybody should have, there should be a chief for each clan, so that way they can, settle local disputes, things that are happening in that area, to kind of have somebody in charge of that. But she really wants to kind of unite the way Eliza did, but not to where it's okay, it's Eliza that is in charge of everything. It's that we're basically making a council of chiefs, if you will.
Gotcha. Okay.
That way, if something happens, again, we have people coming in and just trying to boot us out, we all can band together and be like, how about we work together instead?
Okay, gotcha. So
That's what she was trying to say.
Considering the angle that you're taking this, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to make a survival check as opposed to a persuasion check.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Who is my fire? Oh, I never get to use this. Nice. 23.
Okay. She listens to you and says, "What I can do is I can promise you I will try. Should the time come when you are brought before the chiefs of the mountains and of the riverlands, and you must speak before them to prove your worth, I will stand beside you. I will vouch for your character, and I will choose to lead my people out of the shadow, if it means that this nation can stand as one. We've lingered in the shadow for too long. You are right."
Thank you. That's all I ever want. Is for our home to feel like a home. We can do that better when we are united. I appreciate your words. And Alec will put her fist to her chest.
And Shanai will do the same, turning the gesture. And with that, you can see breakfast is pretty much done being set up. The incense are burning, adding this smell of like a roasted pine of some kind. It is this very like earthy woods smell that's sort of moving throughout the entire area. Well, should you need me, I will be at the Forges of Albar if you need anything. Your friends, your companions, I should say. Any accommodation that they need will be made while you are here. And whenever you are ready to leave, you may do so.
Thank you. Before you go, as we are preparing and readying ourselves to make our way to the Bloody One's home, if there is any advice or words of wisdom you can give us of what you know of the area, of what we should expect, it would be greatly appreciated as well. I do not plan on losing anyone else. And I am going to kill him. But I don't want to be killed in the process.
It would make uniting the clans a lot more difficult if you perish. So then you must stay alive. I will review what knowledge we have in the library of Sador. If I find anything of use, I will be sure to send it to you before you leave.
Thank you.
She nods. And unless there's anything else, she'll head out.
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Alrighty. So with that, Alec, you can see that there has a collection of food that has been set up. Anything from dry roasted peanuts to this very like colorful meat that, at least the base of it, is this sort of like darkened gray, but it has these veins of bright red sort of cutting through the center. Very, very, very odd. Along with something that looks kind of like pudding, but it's like the color of Jell-O. Like it has the thickness of pudding, but it's like the color and vibrancy of Jell-O. And you can see there are these little like flecks and specks that are all kind of floating throughout the gelatinous material. On top of that, there is what looks to be wine and water that is also set up on the table for everybody.
I mean, not to be like, Alec wouldn't want to be rude, so she'll probably just drink some of the water, and whatever the meat is, I mean, she'll definitely gonna eat that, and then just kind of like patiently await for everyone else to get there. She'll probably give Dogalin some of her breakfast as well.
As he tears into whatever type of meat this is.
I feel like Dogalin and Alec eat meat very similarly.
Oh, yeah. Both hands on it, nose down.
Yeah, just kind of gnawing into it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's cursed. I'm going to delete that. I hate that. Thank you. Goodbye.
Our people have better food than that, I would hope.
Yes.
But yeah, she will just kind of... She's got a lot to think about. She awaits everyone else.
Okay. So eventually, one by one, the rest of the party does awake and head into that sort of central area, unless anybody had anything they wanted to do in their individual rooms.
Torn is not coming out of his room.
Oh dear.
If no one else is doing anything, I think Varnas would notice that Torn hasn't come out by this point. And knowing what happened last night, he would just knock on the door.
Okay. So as you knock on the door, there's no response.
Door lock?
You
Question mark?
push on the door. Would Torrin have locked the door, John?
No.
No. Okay. You push on it, and the door creaks open, and you can see an empty room. No one in there.
What?
You can see that the window that is on the far end of the bedroom, the curtains that were over it are currently ajar and scattered off to one side.
Varnes would quickly run over and just kind of like stick his head out, trying to see if this was like recent and he can see where Torn's moving to, or if he's just gone.
Well, as you stick your head out, it doesn't take a 23 or whatever the fuck 24 passive perception to notice.
Hell yeah.
If anything, Torin with his 10 passive perception could see Torin as you look out the window, maybe a 15-minute walk sitting atop a roof, just sort of looking out at the city. You can see Torin sitting by himself. Torin, are you doing anything specifically, or are you just sort of sitting there?
No, just sitting there.
Okay.
All of his armor and weapons are inside of his room, by the way.
Okay, so he's just out here. It's not like he cleared out with like a bag or anything.
Right.
Okay. Varnas would. I assume he could get up the same way Torin did, however that was.
Oh yeah, easy enough. This area is everything's so stacked on top of each other where like you can pretty much hang off the window and drop onto somebody else's roof, and then you're just kind of like either hopping or climbing down ladders or anything like that. Everything here is very interconnected. This would be a great setting for an Assassin's Creed game. Because it's very easy to go from rooftop to rooftop.
Alright, so Varnas would eventually climb his way up there, regretting that he put his plate mail on already. But, conversation for a different time.
Yep.
Eventually, just make his way over there. And he'll just kind of walk over and stand at Torin's side, not yet sitting down, just kind of looking down at him. Any revelations come?
Oh.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. Nothing?
Varnas kind of looks around. It's a nice view to come and think about nothing.
Yeah. I think I just needed a air.
What do you need from us?
Time? If it's okay, I'm gonna just hang out here for a little bit. You can call for me when you guys are ready to go somewhere.
Well, I'm guessing we're going to be discussing our plans. We were threatened last night after all, so do you not want to be a part of that conversation? You're very likely to get attacked as well.
I'm up for anything, so just let me know what we're doing. I don't have any plans.
They're going to ask where you are when you don't come. What do you want me to tell them?
You can tell them the truth.
Is that what you want, though?
I feel like keeping it a secret is more dangerous, but I don't have the... I can't say it.
You're right that they should know, but you want them to hear it from me? I'll honor your wishes. I just want to make sure it's what you want, because I can't take it back once it's said.
Yeah, you can say it. And if they have questions, I'll answer them when I come back.
Very well. We'll see you soon then.
He nods his head.
Varnas will turn and head back to where everyone is.
As Varnas is walking away, Torin is just going to say, "Thank you."
For what?
Being a friend.
You're welcome. And he will keep moving. Billy's at the table.
Okay.
Morganix's point of exhaustion's gone, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Then she will gather up Minerva and come join the others. Looking a little... still kind of disoriented, but slightly more determined and a little bit unhappy.
Alrighty. So with that, I believe all of you should, at this point, aside from Torin, would have made your way to the table and would be sitting down eating whatever this meat is, whatever this gelatinous material is, and whatever these nuts are.
Dragon. It's dragon.
Some scrambled eggs. Yeah. No, sad. When Morganix comes to the table, Alec is going to stand and immediately go give her another hug.
Morganix will hug her.
How are you feeling this morning?
Okay, better.
That's good. Alec will literally pull her chair out for her.
Oh goodness, okay.
Are you hungry? There's a lot of food.
Yeah.
Alec will make her a plate.
No, please no.
Are you sure?
I can do it. I'm sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Our palates are a bit different, Alec.
Realizing there's a pile of food already on the plate, and she'll just take some of it all.
We need to talk.
Yes. There's a lot of things to talk about.
Has Varnas rejoined us yet?
Oh yeah, that's what all of you would be at this point there except for Torin.
I think we need Torin for this.
Torin wants to be left alone this morning. He's got quite a bit on his mind.
I saw him yesterday. He seemed okay. We arm wrestled a bit. Is he... I can let him win if he wants.
If that's what's upsetting him, which I'm fairly certain it's not, I think that would make it worse. But, kind of you. No, Torin's had issues with his memory for some time. After seeing what I did to the Death Knight the other day, he asked if I could do the same to him to see if maybe whatever.
I'm sorry, the what? The who?
Oh, yeah, and Varnas will explain that whole thing.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was a time. But, once he saw what I did there, he wanted me to perform the same magic on him to see if it would help, and it did a little bit. We saw a memory that was blocked, repressed, and he'll go into detail of what it was. Knowing my history of the Golden Shields, though, I recognized the battle that it came from. There was a incident with the Golden Shields about 10 to 15 years ago where they supposedly created a weapon known as Earthbreaker. And they released it, but it didn't go very well. weapon turned on them caused more harm than good. It was a huge embarrassment for the entire organization, and the weapon escaped, was never seen from again. I believe that Torin is Earthbreaker.
He has no memory of this at all?
Well, not that he can freely access, no.
I mean, at this point, Zamir is just like already stuffed into food. Doesn't mean he is. He was. Doesn't mean he still is.
Swallow your food, darling.
No, with time of the
I wasn't asking.
time is of the essence. As I was saying, just because he was something doesn't mean he still is.
I agree, and I tried to tell him that. I think he just needs some time to fully accept what happened. I mean, honestly, we still don't know the full story. It's hard to accept something you don't remember.
Okay.
So, he has asked for space, and I think we should honor that for the time being. He said whenever we're ready to go to make a decision, then he'll happily go wherever we decide.
I mean, fair enough. I'll save him a doggy bag. And Zamir will just literally just pick up bits of food and start putting it in the bag of holding. By the way, what is this? It's fabulous. He will just shout to whoever.
Looks like some sort of intestine to me, but glad you're enjoying it.
So, sorry?
What?
A what?
Well, you know, Zimmer, when we return back, we can always have our family meal again.
Literally, you just see Zamir go like a Vietnam veteran, like just full on PT. With 1,000 yards there. Yes.
I knew you would be
Song
excited
starts
about
playing in the background.
That would be nice.
Alec just has this big grin on her face. This is good. It's good to have everyone back.
I'm suddenly quite satiated.
I do wish Torin was here, but I understand.
Oh, Jesus. I'm so sorry.
It's not just me.
Wow.
Oh
Awesome.
my god.
It just didn't send, so I mashed the enter button. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. Well,
Oops, sorry.
I think we have a lot to discuss today, and honestly, I don't know where to start. Except, if it's all right with everyone, Zamir, you said you went to the future yesterday, right?
I would like to start there.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I was really worried I misheard you. That's what you said, right? The future.
Oh, yes.
Could you elaborate on that?
In as much detail as you are physically capable of, please.
Maybe just posts a link to the 0.5 that he did.
Well, I mean, it was a future. I mean, the awkward part is the notes are on George's laptop, and I'm on my PC. But I do remember most.
I'll correct you if anything's too out of whack.
Thank you. There were shitloads of people. I mean, I presume there were us. I mean, we've not met some of them, but they seemed to know me and shouted for help. I mean, we seemed pretty chill. But we were at Bromsgrove.
When you say we,
Oh, like, I mean, shitloads of us. I mean, all of the natives of Actually, now that we've been oh, I mean, this is cheeky, but now that we've been here and I've seen these people with the Casa tribe there,
They were. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the natives of Efera, I mean, these guys, I mean, the Casa tribe, I mean, I presume I mean, I don't know them, but I presume they were all there, and I mean, Alec, you've done a pretty good job of, you know, not pissing people off, so they're pretty likely to be like, hey, she's pretty cool. So they followed. So, like, literally all the natives. I mean, I'm sure there's a few people, but like you know, like a Greg or someone, but who fucking cares about Greg?
Sure.
But everyone seemed to be...
What are you talking about?
No, we all know it, Greg. I get what you're saying. Fuck Greg.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm chill.
Or the 13's being renamed as Greg as we speak.
These wheezes, I cannot today.
I'm sorry, I'll stop interrupting.
Oh, god damn it. So, I mean, the natives, and I mean, we had help. Have we seen some of the other like PCs? I know we've heard of them, but have we actually seen them? Like, would I put 2 and 2 together?
Yes, you have at least heard of some of them, and I think that through sort of word of mouth, and then also the things that you saw in Immorale's Sanctum with who they were addressed to.
Yeah, the letters. Yeah.
I think you'd be able to sort of put it all together.
I mean, now being like literally shouted out to him, so I think you can definitely put that together, especially if the letters was all there.
Yeah.
And I guess in the weird wibbly wobbly timeline, if Zamir remembers it, and in that memory he knows the people.
Yes.
It's like one of those weird deja vu things where you kind of know it, but you're like, how do I know this?
Exactly. You're right on the mark there.
Yeah. So he'd be like, I mean, we had, other groups, you know, doing the same shit that we are, trying to, kill these dark friends and shite. They were all there. Alfie and I'll be honest, I mean, I don't know the rest of the names, but I know him and me have drank considerable amounts. I don't know why I know that. I've not met him, but we have.
Okay.
But the battle, it was a pretty fucking big battle. There was a spooky, foggy man floating above the sky. He was throwing spells, and it was like, oh, that's not cool. There were lots of gnolls. I'll be honest, I am saying detail, but I'm telling it in a very Zamir way. Like, it's just, there's so many non sequiturs.
This is all accurate to what happened.
He's telling it in a purposely painful, typical him way, but you know what I mean. He will, however, he's purposely missing out the detail of Maya, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's not saying that to the group. So he will say,
But
it ended with them getting the flame of Bromsgrove. I mean, Morganix was there. We were trying to hold them off, and I think they win. Like I know this sounds like he's joking. No, I think they win, which is quite concerning. And I mean, there was a commander, and he had a dragon, which I kind of accidentally cut its head off. And he would say the name, but my notes are not there.
Yeah. So that would be. Shoot, I need to pull up my notes. I know that it's one of the 13. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
He was a Goliath. I'll get it for you in a second.
I mean, he will relay the kind of relevant people's. The only person he's missing out, he is not mentioning Maya at all.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he's completely omitting. Which is arguably the most important thing, but you know, that's the typical Zamir way.
That's on brand.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
We met and fought Nalfian's brother while you were gone.
He was some kind of vampire creature. He was terrorizing New Efera.
Well,
I mean,
apparently we're gonna see him again real soon.
it's pretty cringe. I mean, why terrorize? Like, you know, you live forever. You have money. Just live in a fucking castle and just do what you want. It's really fucking boring to just be like, oh, blah, I'm gonna kill you. Just live in a castle and just do whatever the fuck you want.
There is a certain amount of short-sightedness and cowardice to have immortality and choose to spend it enthralled to someone else.
He did run many times.
He did, yes.
And apparently someone owns my soul.
I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
Yeah, I didn't know that either. No. Another important detail I may have surpassed. So that Dark One, nice chap. He spoke to me several times. I'm presuming the voices he's like, you know, when Emriel's voice wasn't distorted with the deck of cards, I'm presuming it's the same voice.
Yeah.
So, you know, the whole cards debacle and all that. Yeah, same guy.
So he's been tempting you.
I mean,
A
I wouldn't
while.
say tempting. I mean, it's back and forth. I mean, I'm sure he's seen me. So, oh, it's pretty cool. So I wouldn't say it's always been me going to him, but you know, yes.
Back to your soul?
Oh, yes. A devil owns it. Don't know who, but the Dark One was like, "Hey, how about you join me and you get your soul? It's pretty cool." And you know, not gonna lie, that sounded pretty sweet. But then I was like, nah, in a bit. But yeah, apparently a devil has my soul, so that's news to me.
We can get that back.
That would be, if I had a preference, it would be that.
Yeah, we'll get it back. But the fact remains that if any of us die right now, we're going to the Dark One.
I mean, it sounds like you're going to the Dark Ones, and I could be someone's gimp.
I think
No one
possibly
is dying.
both.
No one else is dying. I will not let it happen.
Alec, you didn't let it happen the first time. Some things just happen.
If I missed out any crucial details, then please correct me, Joe. It's just like, yeah, I don't have the notes here.
No, you're fine. I think that aside from the Maya thing, no,
I think the important thing was it was like the battle was at Bromscroft. They got the flame. That was, I think, the vital thing.
Yeah. Morganix was in the tower guarding it.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
helped
good. I
Nalthian.
dropped the ball.
Well, technically, Zamir distracted you.
So,
You know. But then other than that, no. I guess the one thing is that the offer that well, no, I mean, you said that. Yeah, he pretty much offered you a deal.
Yeah.
So, no, yeah, I think you got everything. Hopefully, I'm not
Cool.
forgetting anything.
Zamir, the future you saw, do you have any kind of hint of when that future was?
Do I?
Ooh, actually, yes, you would. So, Maya was no longer a young girl. So she was probably maybe 19 to 21 years old.
Oh.
So, I'm guessing probably, 10 years-ish, give or take? Or, maybe less.
9 or 10, yeah.
So let's say 8, just to be...
I definitely didn't
On
share
top
the Maya
of
thing,
it.
though. I was just given a number.
Yeah.
I was just,
Right.
Yeah, of course.
So let's bump that up to 8 to be on the safe side. That means we have 8 years to prevent the future you saw. That could be worse.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, 8 years is a long time. I mean, I have trips I want to plan. I have holidays. there are many nice places. I mean, we don't have to prepare for 8 whole years.
No, no. I'm just trying to be optimistic.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it worked out the first time, right? And he his shoulder taps another one of the random natives walking past. This guy gets it.
As they just pour more water. And then they walk away.
Greg, we need you back in the kitchen.
We can start by killing Korvac. He is.
Oh yeah, he wasn't there in the vision, was he?
Oh shit.
Well, funny you say that. I mean, he wasn't there, so I mean, we definitely, fuck him up at some point. Don't know when. 8 fucking years.
Well, that's my next question. What has happened, or how has our plan altered since I died?
Killing the Death Knight somehow weakened Korvac. 2 creatures had a connection, but as soon as he was slayed, a weakness is now present in Korvac.
Well, that's good news.
Second question. What was the original plan? Because I've been on
Oh, I'm so sorry.
mini summer break.
We are going to a place called the Bloody One's Home. Somewhere out here in Waste.
Well, that
and
sounds fucking minging, but okay.
Korvac is said to be. And we are going there to kill him.
I can get down with that. Just, I mean, why would you call it the bloody? It just sounds dirty.
Also, and Alec will look at Wayvind. His daughter is also somewhere there.
I mean, I didn't say it's all dirty. I've heard lovely things about some places. And just kind of makes an awkward grimace at Oyvind.
Where are Duncan and Grace?
Are they still waiting outside?
Correct.
So they weren't really allowed in because they weren't supposed to tell us about this place.
What,
They
Oh, I'm sorry. Please go ahead, Varnest.
Yeah, they swore like a vow that they wouldn't. So even though things have worked out, I think they're just kind of more comfortable out there.
That's
Anyone asked if they could come in
Logic.
now?
It's been a busy few days.
Yes, and thank you. Should I ask if they could come in now?
Yes.
I don't know how long we're staying, but sure.
We would just say it in a way that they would understand. Grace and Duncan, they did make a promise, and they were told if they were to break that promise, there would be very dire consequences for it.
I mean, I was dead. I didn't know any of that. I can claim ignorance.
I don't know how much it's going to help them, but yes.
They still may not be welcomed into the city, is I
Only...
think our meaning.
Then maybe it's better to just go to them.
I mean,
I think it would.
Morganix, or do you feel like you're ready to travel, or do you need another day?
No, Joe, I think I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't think there's anything, like...
Nothing mechanically. You're a little sore and a little tired, but nothing mechanically.
Okay, I also sent you a PM on Discord.
Yes. I think I need clarification for the second part of the sentence.
Oh god, okay. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Well, Alec would look at... Oh, go ahead.
I think that we should leave here as soon as possible. If Dinin and someone else is coming to attack us or observe us, I think we should get away from these people. Make it so that if there's any violence, it's just among us.
I agree. Do we force their hand at revealing themselves? I don't want to be the reason why violence falls upon them. But, and Alec would look at Wayvind. Have you heard anything new from your daughter?
Besides the fact that I'm sure she knows I'm scrying on her and she was leaving the cave, no. I'm still partial to the idea that we feed Denon Brainier to the worm, but I'm just workshopping that idea.
Alex smiles at that. She wants to fight over. She knows it's stupid.
You see
Got
really
that
dumb drawings underneath Oyvind where it's just sketches of Worm plus Brennan and just eating him. And it's just like idea number 1, and then he flips it over and it's the same idea on the other side, and it just says idea number 2, and then a bunch of question marks. And Torin just hitting it with a hammer repeatedly, kind of like one of the old like Groucho Marx kind of comics. Yeah, just like bing, bing, bing. Yeah, just that. That's what Oyvind's been doing this whole time. That and drinking wine at breakfast because hey, it's being offered.
Wait, there's a literal worm. That's not a euphemism.
No, it's a purple one.
I'm gonna take a walk.
Very well.
Take this with you, and he'll hand you a bottle of wine.
You just hear him muttering, saying like, "You need to behave."
Just don't walk with rhythm. Do the sand walk. You don't want to attract the worm. To all my Dune fans out there, you're welcome.
When we fight Korvac, sorry.
No, you go.
What happened to me can't happen again.
I told you, Morganix, I won't let it happen
No,
again.
Alec, it's not a matter of responsibility or you could not have stopped that, but we need a better strategy going into the next fight. That one was sprung against us and things went bad quickly. We cannot let that happen again. To anyone. If it wasn't me, it would have been Duncan.
Unfortunately,
Next
there's
time.
only. You go ahead, Kayla. 'cause I
No,
feel like you've
no,
been
you
interrupted
go.
before.
I keep
No,
no,
you go.
No, I keep talking over people today, and I'm so sorry.
I feel like we're talking over you.
No, we all just have the same wavelength, and we all.
You go. You go. Then Varnas.
Okay. Okay. Alec would just say, last time I tried to get his attention. This time, whatever plan we come up with, if there is a way to plan for him, I can promise all of you he will not ignore me again. So, I will not let it happen. And Alec just kind of like, if she had anything in her hand, she's putting it down, metaphorically putting her foot down on the matter. And she's very serious when she says that.
Morganix is looking uncomfortable and frustrated.
I'm sorry.
There's something
And
more
then
on your mind.
she'll look at Varnast and, yeah, have him talk and not talk. Kayla's gonna beat herself. Go ahead, Rand.
Yeah, I mean, is Morganix is like, because you mentioned that she walked in looking unhappy, and you mentioned that she's frustrated. Is that pretty evident to all of us, or do I need to make an insight check?
No, your passive insight is probably really high too, isn't it?
19.
Yeah, like it's obvious that she's out of sorts. I think Varnast would probably be able to pick up that there are other things that she's sort of mentally grappling with or coping with. Heavily burdened mind.
Right.
Dying is taxing.
Sure. Varnas knows that.
Yeah. This is going to be a bonding moment, isn't it? Oh, fuck.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Varnas just, once Alec metaphorically puts her foot down, we'll just kind of look over at Morganix. You seem upset this morning.
I'm sorry. I'm not upset with any of you.
What are you upset about?
I went into the abyss with my dearest friends and killed a demon queen to get my soul back. And at this moment, it doesn't matter very much. Because if I die, I'm going to go back to him. And that seems incredibly unfair. So that's very frustrating.
May I be honest with you?
I would never ask you not to be.
Everything that is happening in Efera with the Dark One across the world, it's all unfair.
Yes.
I don't mean to belittle what you're saying, but
no.
If we fail and the Dark One gets what he wants, there won't be anything left for anyone.
No, and I know you're right. And I'm particularly motivated to make sure that doesn't happen. It's a lot to take in. And I don't want to see anyone. I don't want to lose anyone to that place. It's just a lot.
We're walking into Parts unknown. Facing enemies stronger than we've ever faced before. Alec, I admire your words and your dedication, but as hard as we fight, we cannot always control the outcome. We've never let it stop us before. But as we march on Korvac, Paraido, Dinin, whoever else they're working with, the possibility of all of us coming back is not a guarantee. I don't mean to bring the mood down, but that's what it is. I'll fight my hardest, I'll do what I can to heal and protect you all, but sometimes all you can do is your best. And sometimes even that's not enough.
How far away are we from Korvac? Do we know when that fight will be?
I mean, Joe, we had kind of a rough idea of the location, right? Do we kind of know how far from here of a travel it would be?
Yeah, from here,
Roughly.
you're probably looking at, using the lizard you have, about 2 days, maybe.
And also, are we done with the second? Do we still have more time? I don't remember.
Sorry, do you have more time for what?
Are we still on the silent road? Or
No, you've passed it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just to get to the Casa tribes. Everything else from here on out is just more of that sort of deep within the mesa where there's just sort of ruins sticking out everywhere, statues littering the place. Yeah. So lots of cover, at least.
Okay, well, I'm ready to leave when everyone else is. Duncan and Grace are probably worried sick.
We should probably get word to them that we were able to bring it back. Alec looks darn-assed.
I'll
What?
go check on Torin. I haven't seen him in mealtime. Second to bashing things in the head is his favorite thing. So
He's on the
Oivan
roof.
will excuse himself and walk out.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So Zamir, you had also walked out slightly before or did you walk back to your room?
No, he didn't go back to his room. I think he just probably, knowing him, he would have just wandered in whatever place he found himself at. Like, he wouldn't have been aiming anywhere. He'd have been like, fuck it, this direction.
Okay. Real quick, we'll come back to you, but go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Oh dear.
Okay.
See where you end up. 4. Amazing. Okay. All right. We'll come back to you in a second.
Dear.
Okay. So with that, Zamir, you head off and you just begin to walk through the hidden city of Sador, and we'll see where you end up in a second. Oivan, though, however, with Varnas' direction, you are able to make your way through the rooftop, sort of climbing up these easy to climb steps, eventually getting to the same roof where Torin is at. I'm assuming Torin hasn't moved at all since then.
No, he's actually on the roof, laying on his back now, just looking up.
Okay. So for a second, you thought Varnas was wrong in his directions, but as soon as you get to the rooftop, you can see him laying down.
Nice. Torin.
Up here.
Oh. How are the views up here?
Well, place is very pretty. There's a lot of rock. There's no sky.
I feel like with me standing here and you laying down, I feel like I should ask you how that makes you feel.
Well, I don't know how to answer this question. Maybe you should lay down with me?
Oh, sit. I'm afraid if I lay down, I might slide off of the roof. And I did that once in Albiord, and I broke a kitchen table. I will try to keep my balance.
Thorin will sit up. What's up? Are we ready to head out?
The power of a group is equal measures to one as to the whole. One weak leak that is strained can cause strain on others.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what you just said.
Thorin, are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Is there something that happened? Your memories or bad food or something?
Yeah. Varnas didn't tell you?
Oh, he told us, but I wanted to hear it from you. Because I didn't believe it. Knowing you and knowing what you've done, the person, based off the actions you've made in the past 3 months of knowing you, is not the individual that I saw. In the imagery that Varnas described. The exact opposite, to be honest.
Well, if Varnas described to you that I was standing in a field surrounded by bodies, and it was most likely because of me, then he was telling the truth. What I saw.
You don't remember doing it.
No, I don't. But I do remember that's where I woke up.
So how do you know that it was you?
Don't know how to really...
You.
I don't know how to explain this, but felt like a puzzle piece being put into place. Felt like it belonged there in my mind. And as much as I wish it didn't, really, I think it was me.
See? Well.
What?
I don't think whatever had control over you is strong enough to have control over you now. That day I looked into your mind and went deep to probe your thoughts. I saw that darkness looming in there. But it was as fickle as an ember in an old fire. Whatever you have done and whatever you have become in that meantime has suppressed it, which means it can be beaten, which means you can win. This person, if you enjoy who you are now, can be you. and the transgressions of your past can be forgotten. Do not allow your past to be who you are today. It belongs where it lies.
Wow. Well, I guess now you've returned the favor. I pep talked you yesterday. Now you pep talk me today.
You called me weird.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You did. You helped me through the strain of that moment. But we need you. And in repayment, we'll make sure that this Tauren you are now beats the Tauren that you were before.
You can see a smile start to creep across his face.
Also, I went to your room first to see if you were there, because Varnas's directions, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't see you out here. I walked into your room, and I brought you this, and he'll pull out the mechanical dragon.
Oh,
You can't just leave this thing lying around. It needs a home, as much as you do.
thank you, Varnas. Varnas, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Oyvind.
Wow.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
You're welcome. Now, come on. We're discussing our next plan, and we need you there.
What are the options?
I don't think there are many.
Okay.
I just putting it out there. If we set a trap, go back to the quiet place, and have that worm eat Denon Brainier.
Bainier.
I'm Brainier. Yes, you're right.
Bainier.
Brainier. Got it.
Right.
I'm just saying that plan could work. And he's just going to start walking.
Torin will slowly get up and behind him be like, I honestly think that's a great plan. I would love to see that guy get eaten by a worm.
Look, I made one where you just slam the worm with a hammer. He'll show him. He'll take the crumpled piece of paper and
Oh,
show him.
wow.
I'm just showing you. Morganix is more of the brains of the operation with Zamir and Varnast. I'm just the ideas guy. But it
If I'm
sounds
being
like
honest, I'm not really up for making plans. So I'm just here to.
Did you get food?
Yes, I'm very hungry actually. I'm just saying make the plans and I'll smack things with my hammer.
Very well.
Thank you. Let's go inside.
Very well.
Okay.
Oyvind walks away.
We both climb through the window.
Oyvind falls off the roof through a table.
Hey, what are you doing in my house?
Oh, I'm just saying. Oh, what did I land on? Why is it saucy? I'm sorry.
He's just throwing gold at this family. I'm sorry.
All right. Amazing. So eventually the two of you do return, but not before Zamir does. Zamir, you find yourself walking throughout the city streets. You can see that, honestly, have you ever seen Road to El Dorado?
Yes.
Okay,
Classic.
you know that moment when Miguel is walking through the city streets and people are kind of avoiding him and they're like peeking at him and like they're kind of running away as he's like, what's going on? That's kind of the vibe you're getting from this. As people like will see you and they'll kind of go into their houses and like shut their shutters and shut their blinds. You can hear them, some of them like locking their doors. As you make your way throughout the streets, and you can see that there is just sort of this lack of energy. As eventually you can see that there are looks to be a group of guards that are making their way through with adorned in, which is odd to you to see after seeing Asa and then Chief Shanai. These are men and women wearing what looks to be some type of like link chainmail armor, but it's like every other chain is made of this like blackened steel that kind of has this like fiery aura to it that's kind of giving this radiant glow of flame around their armor with these spears that are tipped with, this is the weirdest part for you, Zamir, is they look like they're tipped with like obsidian of some kind, but anytime there is fire that sort of reflects off of the stone in some way, shape, or form, whenever it hits the ground, it like passes through the spear and makes it look like the ground is on fire. But you can tell that it's an illusion. But whenever sunlight catches through these like black gemstones or this black glass that is on top of these spears, it creates this sort of like translucent fire on the ground. As you're walking past them, do you say anything?
That's actually really quite cool. Can I?
Mhm.
And he'll just like slowly, like a child, just reach out to touch.
You can see reaching towards the spear of a female guard. She kind of like leans the spear back and says, if you would like to purchase one, they are sold at the Blazing Bazaar that way. And she kind of points her spear up. We had the streets cleared for you and your companion should you need anything. So sadly, there is no one there now to sell, but we just wanted to make sure as you are passing through the streets that you weren't too badly harassed.
Wait, harassed? Are you telling me I have fans? Have they heard of my brand?
The woman kind of cocks her head. Brand? No. They and you can
Mr.
see
Burns singing about his gorilla vest.
all of these like guards, there's like 4 of them. They're just kind of like, this guy killed the dragon? Like, this is one of the people? They have a great deal of admiration for your disposing of the dragon and the Death Knight. So I suppose fan could possibly be a word, but more so they wish to thank you.
I accept all forms of gifts and flattery and whatever. I please take my card, and he hands this random card the thing to Albert Clothier, and he has scribbled out Albert Clothier and wrote Cyrus, and then scribbled that out and wrote Zamir.
Okay. So they take the card and they kind of like tuck it into their like belt. Thank you. Very unsure of what's happening. Do you own a store?
Well, no, I know. So
Yes.
Okay.
Well, big gulps. See you then.
Will it's like all 4 of the guards just move as you walk through them, and you hear the woman say, "What a strange man." As you can see, they start moving around, and hearing just how willing you are to greet people, you can see people start to emerge from their doors, making their way out. Every once in a while, coming up, thanking you for your services, and you can hear life begin to come to this area. as you can hear small bits of animals, people beginning to work on anything near them, as the city, definitely in the areas that you're walking through, begins to come to life a little bit more. As you're making your way throughout the streets, eventually, just sort of following what directions were given to you before, you begin making your way up towards where she said you could get one of those cool spears. And you make your way towards the Blazing Bazaar. So as you make your way up throughout the areas, you can see immediately getting to the Blazing Bazaar, the city explodes with life. As there are people shouting and trading goods, you can see them trading all sorts of things, and not just things from here, from the Bloody Mesa. There's one thing you recognize in particular that sends you over the moon. You can see that there is very obviously a casa merchant who is sort of talking with somebody else, and they have a bottle of wine in their hands. And you would recognize that label anywhere. That's Tarkirian wine. As they're gesturing with it, sort of talking to different people, you can see that somebody reaches into a bag and they pull out what looks to be a handful of gold coins, sets it in their hand, takes the bottle, and then heads away.
Oh,
You found a place that takes gold.
I was gonna say, and they sell booze. I'm like, kind of like a child just skipping over there, like tripping over himself, being like, and the cape's helping him, like, get up.
Yeah, come on. I just imagine that, like, Zamir seeing a bottle of Tarkirian wine, like the Wouldn't It Be Nice starts playing as he's like skipping through crowds of people just to move to the wine.
Yeah,
as you make your way over there, and like you can see the merchant looking at the cloak. He says, "That is a mighty fine cloak, there, friend. Could I interest you in a bottle of a very rare import from a faraway land?"
Yes.
Oh, all right.
I can, and he just like smells the air. It's like, it's Tarkirian, isn't it?
Yes, from across Esticia's Sapphire Way. Yes. You are one of the travelers, are you not?
Yes, darling.
Oh, amazing. And you see him reach down. You'll see. Just because we stay in here does not mean we don't get outside. Here. And he sets one of the bottles down. This is a very nice one. For the low price of 30 gold, I will sell it to you.
30. Do you have any more?
Yes, I believe I have a few more bottles. And you see him pull out, and he sets about 5 bottles down. This is all I have in this particular brand from Turkey.
I just need a moment.
150 gold then?
Yes.
Sir, are you okay?
I will be.
Of course. Well, if you and your friends happen to have any more gold, since we do some small trading in very small bits all around the world, we understand that, at least in other parts of the world, gold is the accepted currency, or platinum, or silver, or even copper in some instances.
I shall.
Oh, very well.
He just uncorks one and just starts like downing it, and he goes, I shall send them this way, my good man.
Yes, of course. Well, it was great meeting you. You must be Zamir then, right?
I assume you've... And he doesn't even finish it, and he just takes a gulp as he hands him a business card, again, scribbled out.
Zamir Clothier. You know, there was a place in, what was it, one of the colony cities in Efera. There was a man there also called himself a Clothier.
Oh, you must be thinking of Albert. Unfortunately,
we went out of business.
Oh.
Yes. yes, it's a sad shame, really. I believe he falls under the umbrella of the. I'm Zabir Brat now.
Ah, well, you seem to have a mind for business. The card is unlike anything I've seen before.
Right. Well, flattery will get you everywhere. Not sensing any ounce of sarcasm.
Yeah. Well, next time I go out into the world, I will make sure to mention. As he kind of looks at the card again. Zamir's Clothier.
It's like smudged ink. In
Yeah.
I appreciate it, and I'll be sure to be back if you see any more. And he just strokes on the bottles. Any more of these, just put them to one side. I will purchase all.
Oh, very well. My friend, if you don't mind me saying, you seem like a man of high class, is that right?
He just turns and does the blue steel. I am.
Well, you may... What the hell? Jesus Christ, that business card. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Well, I'm not sure if you know this, but our home, the city of Sador, is actually where any type of obsidian ruby is originated. Most people think they are just artifacts from a long-forgotten society, but they come from here. We mine them directly from the mountain. There is actually a vendor right over there, that woman over there, the Faya Janasi. If you go speak with her, she sells them in different forms of jewelry. You may have seen the guards. Their spears are outfitted with it. It's incredibly sharp when refined. And it causes the translucent fire whenever light shines into it. Yeah, I have and he kind of reaches into his shirt and pulls out a necklace that you can see has like a gold bracket around it. But there's that obsidian on both sides. And it's this deep black with these undertones of red. And as he holds it up to the fire, you can see as it shines through on the table just kind of catches light with this translucent fire. Which...
This would be a fine acquisition of my image brand. I thank you. Good. And your name, in case I run into your circles, darling.
Yes. You can call me Aquila.
Well, Aquila, it has been a wonderful,
And he's already finished the first bottle. Time. And just sets down the empty bottle on his stall. I shall be back momentarily. And as he starts like perusing through more bottles, the cape, like while Zamir's looking, the cape is just pulling him backwards.
Yeah, the cape is like, all right, bud, come on.
And yeah, he's gonna let the cape take him back, and he will tell the others that he has found the amazing market.
Okay, all right. So you make your way back to the rest of the group as you like burst in through the door, holding what would be 4 bottles of wine, probably 3 after having traveled on the way back.
Yeah.
So with that, you make your way in, and all of you can see Zamir holding. At this point, Oyvind and Torin would have gotten back just a little bit ago. You can see him coming in, and he's holding 3 bottles of wine, but these are Tarkirian bottles of wine, as he has this sort of exacerbated look in his eyes. Zamir, what do you say to everybody as you re-enter?
they have Tarkirian.
And he's genuinely crying.
They have Tarkirian. Why? Here.
There's a store.
I can take you there.
Well, all my gold got disintegrated.
I can
Oh.
give you some.
I have this much, and Alec will place her bag of 4,000 gold pieces on the table. I don't need any of this.
Yes, you do. Alec, you can use this to buy
well,
potions.
maybe I could just.
I don't have time to make any, but we need potions.
I forgot. Did I take that $4,000 for Morganix?
Oh, I think you did actually.
And Zamir, still crying, will reach into his bag of holding and just like throw Morganix a bag of 4,000 gold.
Oh. Are you sure? She'll just kind of pat him on the shoulder, and she feels better taking it from him than she does Alec, because she knows that he's a hoarder.
That's fair.
Torn is gonna lean over to Oven as we're literally like kind of walking through his bedroom door and just, is he okay? Just looking at Samir.
I think he is exactly where he wants to be.
Oven will walk over to Alec.
You're saying we can go through the city now and shop and talk to people? I hear the music through the windows. I kind of want to explore.
Yes, it seems as though we've been welcomed finally. And so I think Samir may have found a good place to shop. Alec has like a strange look on her face.
He's nodding, like tears streaming down his face while he's nodding.
So I think that means he's very happy. So yes, if you please don't feel as though you have to get my permission or anything. Absolutely.
Should see what they have to offer. Oh, I'm so sorry, Oven.
Oh, it's okay. Have you ever talked to the people of the Casa tribes before, Alec?
You can see Alec isn't afraid of much, but sometimes talking in front of a lot of people has not. She's pretty okay at it when she gets going, but getting her there is hard. Not.
Follow me.
And Waven's gonna walk out the door into some part of the massive city village.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay. Alec will not. She'll literally leave her bag of gold on the table. Shit.
You're gonna need that.
She will pick it up and she will follow.
Okay. All right. Very good. So, Oivan and Alec head one way. What about the rest of you? Just heading towards the bazaar?
I'll head to the bazaar.
Yeah.
Not really from the market or anything, but might as well take a look.
Yeah.
Are we assumed that like these are our rooms? Like,
Yeah,
not,
this
it's
is
like not like a hotel room, right? Where someone else can, comes in the next day.
I think it's ours first. We're here.
As long as you're here, this is your place.
No one will steal your dragon.
Torin is not wearing anything other than just clothes. No armor, no weapons.
Yeah. Comfy boy.
Mm-hmm. Has his what did I say before? He has like a tank top shirt, kind of like underneath, like the
It's like a bro tank.
Yeah, basically.
Hell yeah. I love that.
Want to go from like
is
a
it
petrol
purposely-
station, Hard Rock Cafe?
Is it purposely one size too small so he looks super buff walking around in it?
100%. 100%.
Awesome.
He looks fucking swole.
It's definitely faded from multiple washes.
Yeah, it's totally bleached at this point.
Yeah.
This is my favorite shirt.
It looks like it's tie dye, but it's actually not. It's just.
Oh, God.
You gotta wring the clothes out.
Anyway.
That's how you wash by hand. You gotta wring them out.
He did bring his gold, by the way. Just put that out there. I know I said he left everything, but you gotta have that at least.
All right. Amazing. Okay. So with that, as all of you make your way out in different directions, 4 of you heading off directly to the bazaar, but as 2 of you head off in a separate direction, that's where we're going to go ahead and take our break. And when we come back, guess we're doing some shopping.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching so far,
Whoosh.
everybody. And we'll be right back. Hello, break raid, but not for long. We are here now. Thank you for the raid so much. Fabled 42. That's very, very kind of you. So we're just going to dive right back into the session. So picking up where we left off, our group of adventurers had found themselves in Sador, the lost city or the hidden city of the Casa tribes. Now, being in this place, over the past day or so, after the draining emotional ritual to bring their ally, their companion Morganix, back to life from nothing, from dust and ash, she was returned to them. The tensions between the party have been just a little, well, they've been tense. Just with everything going on, all of the crossed emotions and information to retell. Eventually now they are all on the same page. And they've been greeted, oh God, they have been greeted by the city, given permission by Chief Shanai, the overseer and person leading the Casa people in this time, have been given approval by the chief of the Casa people to freely explore the city. And after Zamir had a very, very, very awkward interaction with some guards, they allowed the people to re-enter the city streets. So if they wish to thank the wardens of Efera for their services, they can do so freely. So, with that, having pointed out where the Blazing Bazaar is in the city of Sador, all of you head that way, except for Alec and Torin. Alec and Torin, you have something different planned, at least Oyvind does. Damn it, did I say Torin?
Yeah.
No!
It's okay, we're doing it tonight. Everyone's doing
I
it.
don't exist.
No, you do!
Oyvind is only Varnast or Torin.
Yeah, just imagine I'm not here, folks.
No. Oyvind and Alec both head off in a separate direction from the rest of the party. So, with that, what we're going to do is we're going to pop to Alec and Oyvind second, but for right now, we're going to hop to everybody else in their shopping adventure. So, with that, we'll go ahead and zoom into party number 1, heading to the Blazing Bazaar. As all of you are heading that way, like I said before, there are people that are greeting you, smiling at you, thanking you for your services and what you did. Not just related to the dragon and to the Death Knight and respecting the Phoenix, but also for what you did for the natives of Efera. While they don't have great love for their neighbors, it's not something that they would ever wish upon anyone. So the fact that all of you were instrumental in freeing those people, if you weren't involved with the killing of the dragon, the freeing of the Death Knight, and the collecting of the ashes, they still have a great deal of appreciation for you.
For me.
Yeah. So there's appreciation split both ways between people who were involved and weren't. So
Torin's a hipster.
hell yeah, man.
Lives in a van.
Like Scoops.
Yeah, it's like he's just Shaggy. Okay. So, with that, all of you begin making your way throughout the streets until eventually you get to the Blazing Bazaar. You can see, as I said before, an area of the city that is just teeming with life. You can see trade and exchanges happening all over the place, and the most welcome sight at all is a group of people, a group of merchants who actually take coin and not just goods and services for trade. So, with that, as you're making your way around, is there anything specific that you're looking for aside from health potions?
I don't know that I'll be able to find it here, but my alchemy tools would have gotten disintegrated.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know that I would find it here, and that's fine. The more important thing is potions.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a, let's say a D100.
Oh, fuck me, okay.
There's a chance that they could be here. Okay, yeah, I'll say with that. There's like a 40% chance that they were here, so that's good. So with that, as you're looking around, you can see that there is a merchant who seems to be dealing specifically in tool sets, whether they be blacksmithing tools, Fletcher's tools, leatherworking tools, and you can also see a set of alchemy tools. The older man, deepened tanned skin, has these like light brown eyes, almost like orange, as he's shouting out at different people, seeing if they need supplies. A couple of people walk up, buy a set of blacksmithing tools, and head off in a separate direction as he's just looking for somebody. And he says, you, ma'am, with the beautiful, 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 everything, really. Is there anything I could interest you in?
I just need a set of alchemist tools.
You are in luck. I just came from, let's see, what was it? Bromsgrove, actually. And I was able to find a pair there. They're hard to come by. Seems like everybody is getting into it. And he's kind of like checking, he's pulling open the bag and showing off all the different tools. That way you can see everything's there. And looks like a fairly decent kit to your eyes. For this, wait a minute, are you, Morganix, right?
Yeah.
Well, it is a great honor to have you here. I want you to know that after me and my family, we heard, everything that happened yesterday when the ritual was happening, you are in our prayers. And I'm glad to see that you are here now, as he's beaming at you with a smile.
That's so kind of you. Thank you.
Of course. Here. This, for you, special discount. Typically they are about 5-10 gold. I will give you this for 2.
She will kind of like awkwardly just pull out the 5 gold.
Oh.
I insist, please. Thank you.
Very well. It's bad practice to turn down someone wanting to pay a fair price, so if you offer, I accept. He smiles.
Thank you.
5 gold. Puts everything back in the bag. Here you are. Enjoy.
Can you point us to someone who might sell potions?
Let me see here. Sometimes they are not in town. Potions are hard to come by. It seems as though everybody, just like alchemy tools, is wanting potions as well. Yes, that woman right over there will be able to help you out.
Thank you.
Smiles. And as you turn and look, you can see what looks to be a dwarvish woman, also having that sort of deeper tones to the skin, has long, like, almost like a dreaded hair that goes down to about her sternum, or not her sternum, the small of her back. There we go. Ooh, much longer than that. About the tail of her back. And you can see that she's wearing something, sort of sleeveless, showing off these like massive arms, big tattoos. And you can see this sort of like coarse black hair that's coming off of her cheeks and chin. A very thick sort of beard coming off her face.
Oh my goodness, okay. Kind of feel like Alex should be here to meet this one.
Hey. So, you have.
I don't want to hog this all though. Like Torin and Varnast and Zamir, what are you doing? What are you into?
Well, I mean, I think we're all here for some potions, potentially, so I figured we'd all just do this, and then we can each talk about what we're looking for, and just kind of do it one at a time, just for ease. That sounds simpler. Everyone else good with that?
Yep. Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, cool.
Who's next?
Heading over to the potion lady, I guess.
Yeah.
So you approach, you can see the dwarvish Casa native says, hello and welcome. It is good to meet you. Are you interested in purchasing potions?
Healing potions in particular.
Yes. You are just in luck. I was able to gather quite a few on my last journey out across the Sapphire Crossing. Yes, well, of course, common are always, common, but I was able to snag some rather rarities. In fact, I was able to get, and you can see her reach across the table, and you can see she grabs this large bottle with this rounded, almost like in the shape of like a boiler flask, where it's like almost rounded across all of it, and it is this huge capacity. She sets it on the table. She says, this right here, very, very rare, a potion of supreme healing. But also some superiors as well.
We will take all the superiors and that one as well.
I have 3 superiors and 1 supreme. This will do. So,
How much are those?
for each one of the superiors, you're looking at 450 apiece. So for 3 of them, that is 1350. And then for the 1 supreme, you're looking at 1350 as well. Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll cover 1350 on my own. Does anybody else want to pitch in?
Varnast will pay 50 for one of them.
Okie doke.
How much has been covered so far?
I covered 1350.
There's 900 remaining.
Mirror with us?
Zamir is with us.
I will pay the other 900 if need be.
Horn will pay the other.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I kind of want to see if they have magical weapons though, so I'm kind of trying to.
I know
Alright.
I'm seeming stingy. There is a reason. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. I got it. I got the
I
magic.
mean, I would say that Alec would have left some of hers because she doesn't really use a lot of money because she's weird about money.
We'll use 450 from the Alec fund then.
Yeah!
Just to make sure, Joe, that gold is post dragon, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so we bought them all.
Okay. All right. So with that, you purchase the 4 potions. So divvy those out to whoever you see fit. That is 3 superiors and 1 supreme.
What does the Supreme do?
10d4 plus 20.
Jeez.
It's worth the price.
Okay.
I think everybody who doesn't have a heal should take it.
I cannot heal myself, but I can heal other people, so I'm definitely going to take a superior.
Yeah, Torn can heal people and himself, so he doesn't.
Varnast can also heal other people and himself, so he will not be taking one of them because no
I
matter
think
what,
that-
he can heal himself.
Then I think Alec and Zamir and Oyvind should take them.
I think
Yeah.
Alec, Oyvind, and Morganix should distribute them amongst themselves, so it's who gets the supreme.
Oyvind's good. Oyvind's got ways of doing his own stuff. If anything, he would take like a regular potion. But
All right.
I
we
mean,
I'll figure it out in Discord.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Shopping!
Woo, shopping!
at the end of the day, we got some heals, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go. Torn wants
Are
to
you
find
gonna just kinda
a weaponsmith
Mm.
and or armorsmith, or if they're in the same spot, both.
Going a little bit more specific for Varnast, just because I feel like there's going to be some overlap with this one, Torn. Varnast will also be looking into those spears that Zamir mentioned, I assume, or at least he saw on the way in.
Yeah, he would have said them through the crying.
Yeah. He either said there were magical spears or magical shears, so I'm hoping it was a spear.
Porque no los dos.
It was a magical steer. Ah, damn it! No, but so yeah, Varnast is either looking into those spears or any sort of like magical shield. Those are like the 2 main things he would be interested in.
Okay. Alrighty. Very good. So, you begin looking around. Go ahead and make both of you go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, Morganix is with them if
Ooh,
they
that's
want
good.
help.
Yeah, Morganix, you can, if you want to help him out, you can go and make your own investigation check.
That's a 10.
That is a 21 for Varnast.
Thank you.
I mean, his passive's 17, so.
Oh, wow, that was...
Morganix rolled a 3 and still got a higher score than Torin.
So...
I have expertise in this.
So, Torin, you are trying your hardest, and it's just not... You're not having a good day, bud. But between Varnast and Morganix, you're able to find it rather easily, in fact. As you are making your way around, you can find that there is, off to one side of the bazaar, you can see that there is a sort of what looks to be a very, very large, I almost said gaudy. That's not true. I was channeling my inner John. You can see this very large, very elaborate forge that has this massive amount of heat that is coming off of it. And on top of that, the windows are illuminated with this terribly bright light. As you make your way over, the heat is reminiscent to any of you that got close to the dragon fire. It seems very similar to that. As you make your way over, you can see what looks to be a collection of weapons and armor that are detailed with all of these small little overlapping black obsidian shards that, when hit with the light, they seem to sort of like glow with this translucent fire, same as Zamir had described earlier.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So you can see weapons, armor, shield, anything to your heart's content is here.
I'm not really seeing any shops for weaponry or anything like that. Anyone else?
Varnast just grabs Torin's head and like turns it 3 degrees to the right.
Oh, nice. It's really hard to see. Like my eyes are like on either sides of my snout, so like I have like a blind spot.
Yeah, I get it. Shall we head inside then?
Yeah.
Alright. So, John, you can go first in terms of like what you're looking for specifically.
Well, do you have specific things? Because I don't. I'm just here to shop, and I'm just gonna ask what they got.
I mean, really, in general, like a better shield is like the main thing that Varnast is looking for, just because things are getting real. So I just want to know what my options are there. Unless really the only thing you have is shields that look badass, which are cool. Don't get me wrong, but I can't afford style right now. That's a Dark Souls thing.
What?
That was actually something. I left it back at the hotel.
What?
I mean, we can say you didn't.
No, I think it's more funny this way.
All right.
Wants to have dragon armor made.
Oh, the scales.
Yeah. It's okay. We're gonna walk in, Joe.
Okay. Are you sure? You're ready?
Left
think
it
so.
with
Well,
Flynn.
maybe they
She
can
needs to
negotiate
make
making
your
it
armor.
and drop scales off later.
Yeah.
Or something
Or-
like that.
Or you could have given them to Flint and she could have started making it and just have it for you when you get back to New Efera, if Joe allows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just depends on how soon you want it. How much
Yeah,
you're willing
I just
to pay.
feel like
What are you
I'm gonna
buying?
talk to this guy and see how fast he can make it. Because if Flint makes it, I might not get it for a while.
Okay.
See how fast he can do it.
All right. So as you enter, you're greeted by a very familiar individual, someone you didn't expect to see, especially in what looks to be a forge. You see Chief Shanai currently working away at something with this blazing hot fire in front of her. In fact, it doesn't even look like fire. It looks like these sort of like roiling pools of magma that you can see she's kind of like lifting up and sort of dragging over the blade. You just with magic sort of lifting it up and coating it over the blade. And you can see as she pushes it off, she's sort of like shaping the blade around the magma and then sort of taking it against like this, what looks to be obsidian grindstone, and is sort of like sharpening the edges. And then quenching it in these pools of oil that cause it to thicken over the blade and is absolutely like gleaming like glass. As you can see, she pulls it out and sets it off to the side. She says, well, welcome to the Forges of Albar. I expected maybe to see Alec, but not the rest of you. I'm assuming then you're finding everything in the city to your liking if you've decided to venture out this far.
Everyone's been very kind.
The city is very beautiful.
Thank you. We have a lot of pride in it. There's a reason we care so much.
Not to be rude, but you're the blacksmith?
Well, blacksmith, that is a southern way of looking at it. You see...
Oh, sorry.
No offense taken. You see, this tradition, the way that we make weapons here, it isn't something that we take lightly. In fact, it is something that has been passed down generation to generation. Something that I know of, something that my sons and daughters will know of, and so on and so forth. It isn't a job to us. It is an honor to create such beautiful weaponry, to help defend ourselves, keep ourselves safe. So...
No, sorry, you go.
I was just going to say, is there something I can help you find then?
I just have a little bit of gold that I want to spend to help us in combat.
All right. Doing what? I have a lot available. You have to be a little more specific than that, Torin.
Do you have anything magical?
I'm not going to say the same thing I just said, so let me explain. You see,
Okay.
the weapons that we make from the weapons that we make, they are harvested from the ruby obsidians that we collect from our mines. From there, they are refined down to thin sheets of glass that are then folded over each other 1,000 times over, heated with the fires of the mountain, and then sharpened here. The crystals themselves have a magical quality to them. And through some magic that has been taught to me by my ancestors, it can be enhanced further and further and further to, well, depending on how much time and effort is put into it, a very strong degree. So let's just say you are looking for something that has an easier time cutting through something. Well, we have that. And in fact, we have swords that are so highly refined, they can turn dragon scales into butter. If you're looking for something to keep you protected more, the same thing. It can turn dragon fire into a light breeze on the back of your neck.
Wow. Ornest, you ask questions. I don't know. I'm kind of taken aback. I don't know what to say.
Could you show me what specifically you have in the form of magically enhanced shields, perhaps?
Of course. So you can see her move over to another side, and she pulls out 3 shields. Each one of them in the same sort of like obsidian style of everything else, this sort of darkened black glass that is entirely opaque. You cannot see through it at all. No transparency at all, but when the light shines through it, you can see these like red veins. And she gestures to each one and speaks about each one. And she says that she points at the first one and says, well, okay, let me not try to explain this. She points at one and says it's pretty much a +1 shield. She points at another one and says that it's practically a +2 shield. And then she points to a third one and says that, well, this one has no enhanced protection against attacks. When it comes to elemental blows, this does, well, it helps a bit more than basic protection. And pretty much goes on to explain that this particular shield, once per short rest, allows you to cast Absorb Elements through it at 5th level, reducing any elemental damage by, that would be 66. Yeah, 66. And then it will add to your next melee attack that you make.
Okay.
Oh.
God
What are-
damn, that's
what-
sexy.
What are the prices for the 3?
So the +1 shield is 1,500 gold.
Okay.
Mm.
The +2 shield is that is a solid 5,000 gold.
Fuck.
And the elemental absorption shield is 4,500.
Oh.
I will take the +2.
Oh, will you?
It's Miss Chief. How do I?
Say mischief.
I don't.
Who is Mischief?
I'm not.
Are you trying to... What mischief is happening here?
No. Miss Chief Shunai. Is that how I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Chief Shanai is okay.
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 Do you buy items too?
I do not deal in the purchasing of items. There are vendors out there. If you're interested, they could purchase them.
Okay.
Sadly, I
question.
don't resell things here. I make what I do in the forge, and I either distribute it to the soldiers and the guards, or I sell it to different merchants.
Okay. 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any hammers?
You're interested in hammers, are you?
Yeah, it's kind of my thing.
It seems that would be so. Sort of remembering how you came into the building. Well, if you're interested in hammers, I think I may have just the thing for you. As she grabs... She does grab what looks to be a warhammer of some kind. And she grabs 2 of them and picks up one, sets it down on the table, picks up another, sets it down on the table. Both very heavy, both made from that obsidian material, except way more dense up at the top. You can see that there are these sort of jagged shards that are coming out in any which direction. The shaft of the hammer seems to be made from some type of dark wood that is capped with this blackened leather. It fits the vibes. And she says, these 2 right here, both serve very similar functions, just one is a bit stronger than the other. This right here is the first one that she gestures to is a +1 hammer.
Okay.
Which is what it is.
Are they 1 or 2-handed weapons?
Versatile.
Okay.
And then this one is a little different. As she gestures to it, you see, we have had a bit of an issue with certain creatures that break through the cave walls. Not necessarily dragons. The dragon, well, it stayed where it was. This will be extra effective against any type of monstrosity, as it's a monstrosity slaying warhammer. So pretty much it is a +1 weapon, but against any monstrosity, it does an extra 2d6 damage of the weapon's damage type, and they have to make a DC 15 strength saving throw or fall prone.
How much are those?
So the +1 warhammer is 500 gold. And then let me double check on the price of the other one. And the other one you're looking at 3,000 gold for the other one.
Okay. Thorn is going to look at both of them and just, oh boy, shoot.
Do you need help, Torin?
I've never shopped before. And I really want all of it. But
Okay.
I have another question. I asked one. I'm sorry, Morganix.
No.
Can you make armor?
Yes,
Sorry,
it
that
is.
was a dumb question. I know you can make armor.
Vornash is looking at all the plate mail that's surrounding him.
I took some scales from the dragon, and I really want dragon scale armor.
If that is something you want, I can make something similar. I can use the dragon scales along with the obsidian to do something a little unique. You see, the issue with dragon scale armor is, while it is made of dragon scales, and it is very, very useful to a certain degree, it can, well, it does have its failings. You see, there is, there we go. There is a tendency to, when it's worn, you can sense the location of any dragon within a certain range of you. And on top of that, it does give you a boost to your... it makes it harder to hit you, to cut through the armor. But one thing that can be a problem with it is, well, if a dragon sees you wearing it, if it's easily identifiable, regardless of its color, especially if it was a chromatic dragon, other chromatic dragons might not take that too kindly, thinking that you may find them just another trophy to collect. So, what I can do is I can take the essence of the scales, maintain their shape, but trim them with the obsidian to give you, whenever standing in sunlight, a glow of translucent fire over yourself, and still maintaining the other properties of the dragon scale armor.
Yes.
Okay. If that is what you're interested in, that I can do. I'm assuming...
How much?
Ooh, how much? Well, it is always nice to work with such a rare material. And considering what you and your friends have done for not just my people, but for people of Efera.
I could also help around and move things if you need help.
Help around and move things.
Yeah, that's what I'm good at it.
You can see her she kind of coyly smiles at you and says, Let's see, Joe's got to think about this for a second. Make a persuasion check, Torin. We'll say that much.
Fuck. Okay.
Perhaps.
Oh wait, no. I have really high charisma. Oh shit. That's 17 plus 8.
Oh shit.
25.
25. I will make it for you. That I can do. And, well, I suppose, considering what you've done, although I am losing money in the long run, considering the amount of obsidian I will use, I will do so for 2,000 gold.
Done. He holds his hand out to shake.
She'll shake your hand.
How long will that take?
Well,
I didn't even think about that.
if I were to rush through it, I could potentially have it done either... If I started working now, if you have the scales on you now...
Starts patting his bags. Shoot. They're in the room.
If if I work through the night and all through tomorrow, perhaps tomorrow evening I could have it done. That's really rushing. If I were to take my time,
down his entire bag of gold on the table.
Will that make it better?
Just pinching the bridge of her nose, realizing she has another Alec to watch after.
All right. I'll try and have it done before sundown tomorrow. And I will get help from around the city to make sure that it's done on time.
I will also, if you need help, I am here to help.
And he's like, he does like the arm on the chest thing that Alec does.
Torin, we don't
Yeah.
even know if we're gonna stay another day.
Right.
Maybe she could take a bit more time with it and we could pick it up on our way back. And you would still have some money left over. And maybe you could get a shield or a hammer.
But I have both those things.
Oh, that's fine. I just thought you wanted one. I'm just trying to help.
Oh,
And
it's
if not
okay.
helpful, just tell me. It's okay.
You can see puppy dog eyes.
Oh, God.
He's like,
I've always wanted armor made from dragons.
he starts taking the bag of gold off the table.
Okay, I guess I'll just take the hammer.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying maybe you pay her for the armor, but she doesn't have to put a rush on it in case we decide to leave. And she'll have it done for you by the time we make our return trip.
I could at least do this. I could have the helm done before you leave. I know that much. That would only take maybe 2 or 3 hours. And then you could at least have the helm. And mechanically, you would still have advantage on the frightening presence saving throw of the dragon. If you run into any more dragons.
okay, because I don't want to take up a lot of time.
For
Sorry.
your pick of time.
Would it take her more time to make like a weapon out of the dragon stuff than the armor?
No, probably
Say
less
it's-
time in all honesty.
Okay.
Yeah, Varnest has been incredibly quiet in this time.
It is
Okay.
funny, Vargas
I mean, out of
doesn't
character.
stop Alec from spending it either.
I mean, out of character, hadn't we decided to move on fairly quickly?
Yeah, I
That
think we
was
did.
the decision, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all Morganix is trying to do. She's not trying to kick the puppy.
No. I totally no. It's fine. Would it take less time to like make a shield and sword out of the stuff? Other than armor?
Yeah, she could maybe have that done. She would say if you paid the same price, not all of your gold, but like the 2,000. Considering you're giving a lot of the materials, she could have that done in maybe 4 or 5 hours. So you'd get to leave around noon.
For a shield and a sword?
For a shield and a sword, yeah.
But you wanted armor, and now I feel really bad.
Yeah, but I also already have armor. So I have all of this. So this is just like
You also have a weapon and a
whatever.
shield.
I know.
Thorn,
The armor's
Thorn,
Jesus
just-
Christ, this is a hard
Thorn.
decision for me.
Thorn.
Yeah.
You were ready to throw down all of your money a second ago to get what you wanted. Just do what's going to make you happiest. Whether we pick it up on the way back or not, it'll be fine.
I would like
To rage.
to.
Thinking it too.
I. Can I just get a new hammer with it at least?
All right. Yes, I said you could have a, I could make a hammer and shield for you by the end of the day.
Yeah, let's do that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. I promise you, Torin, whatever I make, whatever magical properties it has, will make this very, very difficult decision worth it, okay?
No, I am okay with this decision. We will just, he looks to the rest of the group, just have to kill another dragon so I can complete the set
And I promise
at some
you
point.
that it will be cooler than your shield and hammer you have now. I promise. John, I promise. I promise I'll make
Okay,
it worth
Joe,
it for you,
thank you.
okay?
I'm sorry. This is the first time I've shopped.
No,
You
it's
want to
okay.
transfer the emoji face over onto the new shield?
No, I think Torin's probably gonna leave that behind. He's gonna go try to sell it.
Morganix is still looking at Varnas. Like, did I do the wrong thing?
Varnas just shrugs.
All right, how much gold am I? How much gold was that?
That's just the
Is
2,000.
that for both? You're spoiling me.
Oh, for both, it's 3,000.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Torin's done. I'm done. Muting.
Okay. Alrighty.
Zamir, was there anything else you wanted?
No. Not from here.
What you hoarding all that gold for?
More wine, obviously.
More wine.
A vineyard.
Yeah.
Hey. Maybe in the Gemstone Archipelago.
Okay.
Anyway.
Alrighty.
The next arc of the campaign when Zamir is the new Pablo Escobar.
Hey.
Alrighty. So with that, the four of you head out, and with that, we're going to cut back to Alec and Oyvind. As the two of you are making your way through the city streets of Sador, where are you going? Where are you heading? What's the objective?
Oyvind is going to be looking around for a stage or some kind of platform, some local egress where either elders gather or individuals, an atrium or some kind of like outdoor theater.
Okay. Yeah. So I would say that you can definitely see that moving your way around the city, there does seem to be what looks to be some type of atrium. It's right outside of this large, very ornate building that has these large pillars jutting out from the ground, holding up this massive structure. Walking inside, you can see what looks to be sort of collections of hallways rolling down with scrolls set up in different places. Alec, you assume that this must be the library that she was talking about. And you can see in front of the library, there's this large atrium gathering area that has columns jutting up out of the ground, different benches sitting around a circular platform. So as you approach, you can see that there are people that are just sort of sitting around talking. Definitely, they look to be the more scholarly types of the people of Sador. They are talking back and forth with one another, holding philosophical discussions of kinds, talking about logistics and other places around the world. Oyvind and Alec, as you approach.
Oh, before we even get too close, Alec is going to kind of like slow her pace a little bit, just kind of as we're getting near this area. And she's just gonna say, where are we going? And she kind of like nervously looks over.
Well, pardon my forwardness, but you wish to present yourself adequately or professionally or good, he does air quotes, to the higher council.
Right. I have to.
Understanding what to say to them, you first have to understand what the people want to hear. What a better place than a forum?
Well, she
This
like
is-
takes a really deep breath. Continue.
Alec, I believe a great deal in you, and I have my own experience, but there is much more of the other aspect of being a leader that I want to help you grow. Today is the first lesson in your crash course of being a public leader.
What do I say?
What
I-
do you feel the people need to hear?
Well, when we were in All's Crossing and there was, I suppose, almost a siege on the place. In that time, I spoke to the people there, and what they needed was reassurance. They needed to hear that even if in the bigger picture this may have been a small victory, it was a victory, and they needed means for celebration. So that's what I said. And she kind of like looks over to where the other people are. These
That-
people have been hiding for so long, and they felt betrayed. And they felt alone. And she kind of looks at you, Oyvind, for confirmation, like, is that right? What do you think?
He is going to nod. Excellent. It is good as a leader to calm those or invigorate people after a battle. But these people here are the perfect example of how to motivate people that do not see war. It is outside their doorsteps. It is lingering. The comforts of the world can often give someone a false sense of assurance. If you can invigorate those that do not wish to see, and what a better place. The philosophical individuals that play with rhetoric, that like to argue. Be a fighter with your words. And with that, you will be able to convince anyone of what you want to do.
You can see she's like taking the time to process, and she nods, also recalling the time that she talked to a different Tauren and had to advocate for her people. And you can see she was listening and nodding. Every now and then, her brows would furrow a little bit. Are these the same things that you would tell your daughter?
He at first covers up his expression, but then sighs, realizing that any time is a good time to talk about it. It's now. Yes, I was encouraging her to be a leader when she wanted to just be a fighter. I had other people going to teach her these things. Scholars and well-minded individuals. I didn't take the time to do it myself. And that is a great regret that I will live with. But I see an opportunity to help. If you wish, I will lead you in a debate with one of these elders. He rolls his eyes. And you will win. If you wish to do something else, I am perfectly fine with that. We can go and prepare for our trip. We can drink ale and try oddity meats and possibly hearts of other creatures you've never had before. We can thrive in the joy that the city has to offer and bask in its music. Or we can challenge your intellect and challenge your ability to persuade. No pressure. The choice is yours.
You can see she looks over your shoulder a few times and then back where they came. Okay. I think that if I am going to train, now is as good a time as any. And or even just, I think that it's not too late to say these things to your daughter either.
Thank you.
I am ready. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do, but I will follow your lead.
Whatever argument the individual is making, if you disagree with it, make an opposite argument. Follow their lead. Try to find points that you're passionate about, that you can push forward, but have facts that you can reference. You are from a different place. You could lie a bit about the facts if you wish, but it's all about the story in the end, and making them believe is much like what I do with magic. Most of it's just illusion. People that are stubborn in their beliefs are fascinated with illusion. They often will build up their own. If they are incorrect, your goal is to destroy the illusion they created for themselves.
That is actually something I'm worried about when I have to go and make my defense. I know that there are going to be some chiefs who are not going to approve of the way that I became chief. There's a very specific ritual, there's a specific way, a process that you're supposed to take, and I didn't do any of that. I wasn't able to do any of that. I just pushed to the end. And I was warned that there are going to be chiefs who are very stuck in, like you said, stubborn in that one belief. So I guess now is a good time to practice my counter argument.
those chiefs that think that you are not worthy because you are not like them are filled with the illusion that because they did it a certain way, everyone needs to do it a certain way. Cultures are sort of built on that. But that does not make it correct. Times change, opportunities come, and heroes and leaders are not always trained into who they are. They gain experience elsewhere, and what makes them a leader is how they make the choices they do in situations that are dire. You have the experience. You just have to prove it to the unknowing.
Perhaps maybe instead of posing an argument, I could just say something to them, like how I did in All's Crossing, or when I had to speak with the governor of New Verdalka. I have an idea, I think. And perhaps if somebody disagrees, I feel as though I know how to defend myself.
Brilliant.
I think. She adds the I think there at the end.
We shall see. I believe that you know more. And defense is great, but you are a fighter, you are a warrior. You also need to be on the offensive. See their weaknesses and their arguments and pinpoint them. When these councils meet, they are going to pull parts of your story apart. They are going to attack your character. You must be on the defensive for that. But if their attacks on your character are full of lies, you must pull those apart on the offensive. It is a balancing act.
You can see her just kind of... Her eyes have been, like, wide, trying to absorb as much as she can. Some things, I think, are a little bit harder for her to process than others. But she is slowly nodding. Okay, I think I understand. I am ready for this.
I believe in you, if that's any measure of assistance that I can provide. I believe you have this.
Alec will smile and nod. And I guess walk in the center of these people.
All right. Alec, as you head over to a group of individuals, you can see what looks to be an elderly elven man, a younger gnomish woman, and then a middle-aged human woman. All three of them kind of going back and forth, having some type of philosophical argument. As you approach, taking a deep breath, ready to start spitting some knowledge on some fools. With that, as you prepare to enter into that conversation to engage in debate and try and prove your chops as a leader, that is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session. Yeah. What a cliff. There is no better cliffhanger than that of political debate.
Alec spinning political debate bars? Oh, you don't even know.
Yeah. What I will do is, Kayla and Eric, I will send you the topic that you hear in a couple days. So that way, you can have a little bit more, because coming up with an argument on the spot might be a little difficult, especially when it's pertaining to a fantasy issue in like a lost city. So I'll give you guys a little bit of heads up for that. But yeah, so with that, thank you for watching, everybody. Hope that you enjoyed. I know I did. What a fun session. Thanks for playing, everybody. Y'all the best, and I love you a lot. So thank you for that. to everybody who's watching, thank you for watching, and we will see you either tomorrow for the continuation of the Isles of Averia, next Tuesday for the return of the Salamander Coast, or next Friday for the continuation of the Isles of Iveria. No, fuck, for the Explorers of Efera. Explorers of Efera. Sorry, my brain went on autopilot there.
We're messing up all kinds of names tonight.
Okay.
We're all Torin.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Torin.
My name's Torin, and it was great to... My name's Varnest.
And I'm Torin.
Fine.
And I'm John, and we'll... Whoop! Whoop! Bye! Whoop!